Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 5, entitled as Karma Sannyasa Yogam. Sloka 7. Yoga Yukto Vishudhatma Vijitatma Jitendriyaha Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma Kurvanapi na lipyate. Shankara has classified Brahman into two. One is called Saguna Brahma, another one is called Nirguna Brahma. That is, initially for one who is not realized, a beginner, a practitioner, should see Brahman with guna, with qualities, with form, with name, etc. And that stage is the first stage, and that's called Saguna Brahman. That is to get people in the path of becoming self-realized. But once they mature by these practices, going to the temple, doing chanting, worshipping, participating in the yagyas and homas, etc., they come to a realization later where they don't need to do any of those things. They should not be going to temple, do not be worshipping anything, no puja, no deities, doesn't have to listen to any lectures, should not be giving any lectures, nothing. Because he has understood Brahman is nirguna, nirvishesha, and etc. That stage is called Nirguna Brahman stage. If Brahman is one, the absolute truth is one, and that one Atma has realized as it is to be the Brahman and everything else is illusion, then the question is, whom does this realized Brahman speaking to, giving lecture to, giving instructions to? That becomes a big question. Or if the Brahman is not realized, maybe one of the audience is realized, then that doesn't make sense either. The realized one is hearing from an unrealized Maya. So who is real, who is not real is a big question. So what should be happening in reality, in practicality, as per the Advaitam, is that a realized person will be doing nothing, pretty much staying to oneself in self-meditation as Brahman, with a clear-cut understanding that everything else is illusion. He shouldn't be wasting his time and doing anything else, because he is the only truth. Everything else is false. Also, another important point to be noted, when that one Brahman, absolute truth, which is currently covered by illusion, Maya, because that's a philosophy, the Brahman is covered by Maya, comes to a realization, then there shouldn't be any more illusion. Because, one more time, Atma is one, that's absolute truth, Brahman, and that Brahman is covered by Maya. When that Brahman, which is covered by Maya, come to a realization of the truth, that he is Atma, everything else is Maya, and that stage is called moksha for that person, even within that body. So the question that might come is, so far within the school of thought called Advaitam, has anyone been realized this truth or not? if someone is realized, then that one Atma should be liberated and Maya should have been completely removed, completely gone. But we still see everyone exists. That means so far, no one has realized. That's what it leads to. So that brings up a bigger question. Is Shankara was in his first stage of Saguna Brahma, or was he in the second stage, Nirguna Brahma? So I leave the decision to the audience to think more on this. I'm sure the answer will be revealed. Now let's understand a little bit about Buddhism and Jainism and their perspective of Atma. Buddhism is not something new that was invented or found by the famous Gautama Buddha. This philosophy is also called Sunyavadam, was existing even before the time period of Gautama Buddha. Vedavyasa, the great sage, in his Brahma Sutra, is already defeated Buddhism and Jainism. From that we can understand that these philosophies existed even before Gautama Buddha. Now, before we get into the details of Buddhism, the various schools of thoughts that we have can be grouped into two. Number one, heterodox, and another one is orthodox. Heterodox are those who do not accept the authority of Vedas. They are also called as Nastikas. Some of them are Charvaka, Buddhism, and Jainism. None of them accept the Vedas as authority. Whereas the orthodox are those who accept the authority of Vedas. They are Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa. Mimamsa is classified into Purva Mimamsa and then Uttara Mimamsa. They all accepted the Vedas as authority and they fall into the orthodox group. Likewise, the great saints like Adi Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda, Vallabhacharya, and many great saints like that who have their philosophy, they all fall into the orthodox group, meaning they all accepted the authorities of the Vedas. Now in our next session, what is Bhautamatam and how it is totally against the teachings of Bhagavad Gita or against the Sanatana Dharma. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Namaste. Hare Krishna.